Good morning. I am here on the MSC Meraviglia, and I'm going to be doing a day-by-day kind of review of this ship for a variety of reasons. Number one is that, I don't know how to say this, it's a ship that didn't get great reviews, and I still got on the ship. Here I am. And I thought what I would do, as you can see, I am in bed. These are my pajamas. I thought I would kind of recap each day the next morning. So the theme of this is I'm gonna sleep on everything, and I'm gonna look back over the previous day's experience and let you know what I thought. If I thought some things, some of the reviews are accurate, if they are not accurate, what my experience was. But I'm always gonna wait until the next morning to talk about the previous day because I think that a lot of times when you're doing a review, you need some moment of reflection. So this is going to be called Sleep on It. And I slept on embarkation day, the day you get on the ship. And I'm going to put on real clothes and go outside of my bed and talk about yesterday. All right, stay tuned. Hello again. I'm now out of bed. It is still the first morning. And I want to talk about 3 things each day. So today I'm choosing for yesterday, because again, I'm reviewing yesterday. It was the first day, it was embarkation day, so I want to talk about getting on the ship. We'll call that embarkation. I think that's the right word. I want to talk about first glimpse of food, because food is important. I'll probably talk about that every day. That'll probably be number 2 every day. And 3, troubleshooting, because I did already have a bit of a problem, actually 2 different problems that need to be resolved, so I'm going to talk about how those things went. And hopefully my little bone on a tiny little stick is not going to blow over in the outside wind. So, number 1, embarkation, from getting in line at Terminal F in the Port of Miami to stepping on the ship, 1 hour and 35 minutes had passed now. Am I going to say that that was a pleasant 1 hour and 35 minutes? No, it was not. It was a lot of being in those horrible, like, back and forth lines. But I do kind of want to say that I'm not sure if that's what it's like getting on every big ship. This is a huge ship. I think there's 4,500 passengers, so I've never been on a big ship like this. I also don't know if that's just the Port of Miami, because I've never sailed from the Port of Miami before, so I don't know if that's normal. But it took a very long time. It wasn't terrible, it was just not ideal. The other thing, I said there were 2 things that could have caused the long getting on the ship piece. Yesterday was the Super Bowl, so embarkation may have had some issues with that because there were roads closed, there were tunnels closed, there was heightened security at the port, and then there's also the kind of crisis going on in China right now with the illness. I think it's called coronavirus. I don't know if that's how you say it. It sounds like a beer sickness to me, because corona is a beer. But anyway, not to make light of that, it's terrible. And because of that, they had to do some extra health screening, so we were screened. They took our temperature by laser, so it was kind of like you stood in front of like a laser pointer camera thing that looked like it was taking your speed, but it took your temperature. So that could also be part of why we spent an hour and a half waiting to get on the ship. So I wanted to mention that. Number 2, I wanted to talk about the food. The moment we got on the ship, we got a piece of pizza. I'll put that right there. That's the pizza that we had approximately 2 minutes after getting on the ship because we were starving. Pizza was really good. I know they say the pizza's good in the ship, but I thought I'd start out on a good note. Pizza was really good. Then we went to our first specialty restaurant, which is Ola Tapas restaurant. I will put several photos, maybe I'll pause for a moment if I need to pause, up here to show you what that looked like. Yeah, I'll do like a more thorough review of each of the dining options later in a separate video, but I will say that nothing I ate yesterday was bad. I would actually call it probably some of the best cruise food I've had, and that's coming from being on not Celebrity, Royal, Norwegian, and Pan America. So like most of the major American lines. I've never been on Princess. It's probably the best food I've had, which is weird because the ship gets consistent reviews. Let's see, the food is poor. But speaking of reviews, the 3rd thing I wanted to talk about was troubleshooting. So the 2 problems that we had when we boarded yesterday were, 1, we were put in early dining, having requested late dining. doesn't seem like a problem probably to many of you, but our dining time is at 5:30, which is not, like I wouldn't eat then, and I can't eat then because my plan is to be in port on port days, and we don't even get back until like 4:30, 5 o'clock, so there's no way that would work. It did seem like the troubleshooting of that went very smoothly. We just went to the main dining room, they wrote our names down, and they said that we would get a new cruise card with a new dining time. That remains to be seen if that happens. I will let you know, keep you posted. But the second troubleshooting piece was less great. So if anything goes wrong, you have to go to reception to get it fixed. And there are 3 very tired, very overworked people at the desk. And there are 50 people in line for reception. I stood in line for about 45 minutes last night because I have the drink package, so I paid for the easy drink package, which means you get like cheap house wines and cheap well liquors included, and I only ordered cheap house wine, had Chardonnay, and I looked at my app. I can't show you because I'm recording with my phone, but you have an app called MSC for me, maybe you're MSC my way, I'll fact check that and put it up there. But I could see in my app that I was being charged for these drinks, so I had to stand in this really long line for her to tell me that, yeah, the person who was ringing you up just didn't press the button to make it free, so now you had to stand in line for 45 minutes. I did have a real problem with that. I feel like I am a person who researches before they do things and, you know, make sure everything's right. In no way was that my error, and yet that was an hour of my evening that I had to spend in more of those back and forth ropey things. So maybe it was compounded by the fact that I had stood in lines all day and then had to stand in line again at night. But I will tell you that if I have to stand in line for reception again, I will be less happy, and you can probably tell in my voice that I was not super happy about that. I'm trying to go pretty fast because it's kind of a long review for day 1. But other than that, the ship is beautiful. It's a gorgeous, gorgeous ship. I'll try to take some video later and show you more of the ship. My room is nice, it is clean, the balcony is lovely, and this is not just the largest ship I've ever been on, but it is the least expensive. So nicest ship, best food, least money. So far, despite some of the things I just talked about, I'm not complaining, and it is a beautiful day, so I think I'm going to go to the pool. More either later today or probably, because the theme of this is sleep on it tomorrow morning. Thanks for watching.